Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
This is weird, isn't it? How's your coffee?
It's nice, actually. It's needed. I feel shattered from doing not a lot.
These marriages are not perfect, but all in all, they seem to work. Marriage is an institution for grown-ups.
It's like a love-hate relationship.
There are no bosses in a modern marriage. He knows he's lucky to have a wife.
Hello everybody, episode 52 of Husband and Wife Sentenced to Life. I'm Simon.
I'm Laura. Am I introducing myself now?
Yeah, that's what the outstretched hand meant.
I'm Laura.
Good, that's better. Can you try and do it every time? Because I can't be bothered to edit it.
Do you want me to say my age?
Do you want to say your age?
Where I come from?
Might lose a few male listeners if you drop that nugget in. 36 degrees and there's a cyclone Shaheen, it's called, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's heading our way. I had to do a radio thing on it this morning.
Earlier at pickup time, it suddenly went really windy and the sand was blowing and I thought it was coming early.
Yep. When you texted me that, I was at the other side of town. And yeah, the humidity is only 39%, which is weird because it feels claggy. That's the dog, that's not Laura. She normally makes a few noises.
Oh, I done a little snore.
So let's set things up. We're sitting in the kitchen. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
The 3rd of October. And today, and maybe the title of today's podcast should be Back to Life, Back to Reality. Because today's proper.
There's a song.
We've had a few, that's why I said it.
I know you did. But
Oh God. This is going to be a long one, isn't it? It's going to be 20 minutes, but it's going to feel long recording it with you. So we've had a few things to do over the last couple of days, like school runs and performing arts drop-offs, but today was full-time, proper life day. Sat in the kitchen now, preparing another meal. To annoy you, there will be, you Laura, to annoy you, there will be a picture on Instagram.
oh, every time. This is the thing, right? I had a think about this.
That's the peppers done. Hold on.
Your spicy peppers.
Oh no, that's the roasted peppers.
Right.
For the, I've got to take the skins off the peppers. So I'm going to be cooking as we talk.
Are you sure you can do two things at once?
While you sit in the armchair
And drink my coffee.
and drink your coffee, so you can do two at once.
No, I thought about this whole food thing. Right? I hate food posts. The only time I think it's all right is if you've made an out of the ordinary thing that you wouldn't normally make, like.
Well, yesterday I've never made enchiladas
I don't mean
before.
I don't mean a dinner. I mean like when somebody's
Like
made
one of your cakes.
when somebody like Beth Simpson makes amazing cakes. When she posts when she posts a picture of her cake, I'm like, I want to see that photo.
Yeah.
But when you post your roasted pepper linguine today, I don't give a.
Well, you know what? Unfollow me, because I don't give a whether you follow me or not.
Yeah, but right,
I'll tell
all
you
those
something.
years I was cooking pre-Leo last year, did I post my dinners every day?
But you know what? You and I often have this argument. It's freedom of choice. If I want to post it, and if people want to like it or not, that's up to them. But for me, this is a little record of me and you starting doing this. And as I said, I wanted to record in kitchens. So some days I'll be in the chair, sat on my backside doing nothing, while you're doing the cooking.
Okay.
All right? So you don't have to be narky about it. Just let me enjoy it.
Go on.
So the peppers are out. Today we're having, what did I say it's called? Roasted pepper linguine. Might seem like I'm on telly stood
You
up.
just sound like you're a TV chef right now.
Yeah, well, I am
Here's
a bit.
some I made earlier.
This is the bit that's apparently a bugger to do. They don't feel like they're done. You're not getting the skins off. Is that hard to do?
Do you want me to try and get the skin off?
Well, they're red hot. You can stay over there. Oh, are you coming over this side?
No, I'll come over this side.
Okay.
I'm getting your way.
Hold on a minute. Don't burn yourself.
I've got mum hands.
fingers.
Yeah.
Will the skin come off? Is it done enough? Because I did 25 minutes. So at the minute, Laura's pulling back the skin to reveal the redness underneath. I should behave yourself. Are they coming off?
Well, they will, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll come off.
All right, just watch yourself because they got juice inside. Once you've peeled the skin back, the juice tends to end up on your hands.
Now this is a long way round of doing pasta, which I like.
But it's really nice if it's done right.
But it's like, instead of getting a pasta sauce out of the jar.
But that's what this is all about, healthy cooking from fresh. You're going to hear some sound effects here. I'm genuinely in the kitchen. That tinfoil noise, which you'll recognise, it's not secret sound. So first day back today then.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, shocker this morning. I woke up thinking it was middle at night, thinking, I'll stick a podcast on for a couple of hours. Tapped my Apple Watch on side. It was 28 minutes past 5, which is actually later than get up time for me. Do you know what I mean? Are you all right with that?
Do they need to stay whole?
No,
So
because they're going to get...
There we go.
The knife's there if you want to use a knife. I'm normally out of the house a good half an hour, doing my walks by then. So I got up, came downstairs, had to do a bit of podcast business on my computer, and I looked at my computer and it said 2:38. And I thought, I've misread my watch. I can go back to bed for a couple of hours. And then I realised my computer was still on England time.
Gutted.
Yeah, I was absolutely gutted. Went out for a walk, took Charlie for a lap, and then I went out and did a speedy lap. And I was hoping I was going to feel the coolness. I didn't feel the coolness.
I'm surprised at that time for this time of year.
Nope. It was still muggy, stuffy, but it could be this storm as well. A storm in the UK can sometimes break the humidity, can't it?
Yeah.
And I know people in Dubai cross the fingers for this and then it never happens, so I'm not going to get excited. And then by the time I got home, you guys roll up. Honey gets herself up anyway, but there was little Betsy Pearl.
She struggled. I struggled.
Did she? Because I wasn't here for that bit.
Normally on the first day, she's buzzing and like jumps out of bed. She's...
Yeah.
But I did have to persuade her a little bit. We just...
Well, I came upstairs and there she was. She's like a little pencil, isn't she? She's got she's pencil thin arms, pencil thin legs, and a uniform with a little skirt on. She just looks like a little skinny doll.
Aww.
And she's got great bed head, Betsy, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has got great hair.
So I gave her a cuddle and she had the little eyes as well. And then I had a quick shower and by then it was out the door time.
Oh, literally, I came downstairs and made her breakfast and I looked at the clock.
Time to go.
And I couldn't believe it.
Now, so we barely got to see each other. I mean, this, literally switching these microphones on is the first time we've seen each other properly today, I would say.
It's the only way we communicate these days, isn't it? Via
well, I wanted to get the
podcast.
freshness of it, Just like the fresh ingredients I'm using in today's roasted pepper linguine.
Is that why you cuddled me when you came in?
Quick cuddle. I had my Van Morrison on and I wanted to have a little dance to Madame George with you.
And then you stuck a microphone in my face.
Yeah. Could have been worse.
I think I would have preferred the other, to be fair.
There's no way that's happening with all these hot pans and bubbling water around. So we went off in our separate directions. I took Honey to school, you took Betsy Pearl to school.
Bear in mind, right, Honey's school is probably
20 to 25 kilometres away.
Yeah.
At least. Across the city.
You got Honey to school before I got Betsy to school.
Yeah, you've got one traffic light to contend with, but it's a bugger of a U-turn on Homesick Street.
Yeah, it's definitely... I'd heard rumours that this school run this year, because there's so many more schools everywhere.
Yeah.
Which I can't believe the amount of schools there are, but anyway. Yeah, so, I mean, we weren't late or anything, but... No. It just, sat at one traffic light for about 20 minutes, so that was fun.
So Honey and I did a bit of careers talk in the car on the way to school. She's in the middle of all that. That chat is probably going to be happening again in a minute, so I'm not going to go on about it in real life. You dropped Betsy Pearl off and then I went to work, which I've been dreading. It's not that I've got a bad job. I'm a radio presenter, it's pretty straightforward. But when you've been away for a month, you don't know what's going on when you get back. Anyway.
Well, nobody likes going back to work, do they?
No,
after?
But I always go in every day a good 3 hours before my show starts to give myself plenty of time. And
you can help peel if you want.
I did that today. Looks a right messy job, I don't want to do it. So I sat and got all my work done, and I needed the time, and I did my radio show, which went all right today. Nothing much to say about it, really.
I didn't listen.
I'm not surprised.
No. Well, I came back, and I didn't feel too bad.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna have a little sleep, just to get me back on track.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have done it.
Now that can go either two ways, can't it? The little sleep.
Yeah.
You're going to hear some kitchen noises here. I apologise. Wait till blender comes on in a minute. So how long did you get your head down for?
Well, my plan was.
And how long did you sleep?
To have half an hour. Yeah, I didn't do any funny business.
Right. Could have though. Empty house.
I could have.
So go on then.
But yeah, my plan was just to have a quick half an hour, but it ended up because I couldn't get to sleep at first, and
yeah.
I was really restless, and I was trying not to think.
I thought you were in bed because you went quiet on text.
I know. I did hear it buzz. I heard my phone buzz lots of times, and I thought I'm not going to pick it up because I don't want to get into anything. But yeah. I was trying to relax. Anyway, but yeah. So I felt awful when I woke up, my plan didn't work.
And then, after I finished work, I went and sat outside Honey's school for 2 hours. She finishes at 3:20. No, it weren't 2 hours. I didn't leave work till 1:30. Probably an hour and a half. I sat outside school, and do you know what? I'm glad I did, because by the time pickup came, it is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like cars are just pointing in every direction. You know, it's like the cars have been dropped from a height. It's not like they've driven into position. It's like a puzzle. A Tetris type puzzle.
Well, again, and this is something that doesn't really happen in the UK because, again, you go to the school that's near to your house.
Yep.
So most people walk to school or get the school bus, but here we drive on motorways to get to school.
And as was pointed out by a couple of people on Twitter yesterday, people tend to have kids, if they're unlucky, like we do, in different schools for one reason or another.
Yeah.
So, pickup went all right. Honey and I did boy chat on the way back. Now, last night, Honey heard me editing, and she heard her name a couple of times. So, we can't talk about any of that. But you're probably going to have boy chat as well in a bit.
Okay.
Okay? Nothing serious. And even me saying this is probably saying too much. I'm just chucking pasta in pan, so excuse the noise. Weenie.
The whole bag?
Knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, but there's only 3 of us.
I know, but there'll be seconds. I mean, tomorrow's, what's it called? Leftovers. How do I stop this? So I'm just going to kick the oven. Stop it from making that noise.
This is a really annoying job.
I thought you would have finished that by now.
It's not peeling off as well as I thought it would.
So, you've been doing, I've not spoken to you all afternoon, but I'm guessing you've been doing runs.
Yeah, well, I did a bit of university Googling for Honey, did a bit of washing, bit of life stuff.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Back to real life.
Yeah, and then you wouldn't believe how long it took me just to get Betsy's bags ready for tomorrow, then performing arts bags, which she has 2 of now, plus lunch for tonight because she won't be back till late, lunch for tomorrow for everybody, and it's just like...
Yeah, we've not finished the school runs yet.
No.
The next school run is at 6:45 tonight. Now, if you think the first school run today was at 6:30 this morning, that's on and off 13 hours of driving.
So that kid has been out of the house pretty much for 12 hours.
You've got to feel for him.
She is going to be exhausted tonight. But
You said that, but I think, like yesterday, she was out all day doing a performing arts, and we come in and we're like, oh, that drive's killed me, and she's just bouncing up and down.
Yeah, although I think come tomorrow she's going to be...
I think it's going to hit her today.
Yeah. So second school run was fine. I actually got there a lot quicker than I did this morning. There was plenty of place to park. But I think that's... the club started today, so that breaks up the pickup times and stuff, which I know a lot of parents will know about. Yeah, and then that was pretty much it. She told me how she'd got on.
Which ones appeal, dear sweetheart?
Those.
Darling.
Oh, you do.
That's from yesterday's, a bit of callback from yesterday's podcast. Can we talk about how I missed you so much today? because we've been together hand in glove for the last month, and we love spending time together. As you've probably heard on podcasts, we argue a little bit, but for the most part, we're good together, right?
Yeah, I've missed you too, and I did send you that in text and you didn't reply.
The minute I got out, I've been at a job, the minute I got out of work today, I called you. Lovely little chat it was, just a bit of a catch up, you know, just nothing much to say to each other, but just, you know, a quick I love you and all of that, followed swiftly by the sound of a flush. Now, again, in the old days, there were a lot of scatological talk on this podcast. I think we managed to get away from it while we were in the UK. Yesterday, you told me off for saying poo, and then that you preferred the word feces. So...
I'm not sure. Yeah, go on.
You were sat on toilet and you didn't give me the toilet warning.
Well, you didn't even know. I did, because when I go...
Well, at the end, I thought
you don't hear any strains or grunts or plop plops.
You don't hear that from me because I don't speak to you when I'm in that situation. Or what I do is hold back on any action.
Are you
But you're talking away normally, and then suddenly there's a cacophony of noise. And of course, when you're in the car listening to this, you don't know it's a flush. It sounds like you fell downstairs or something. Like that.
Yeah.
And then you revealed what you'd been doing. And I think, even in a relationship, you've got to reveal. I think you've got to reveal what you're up to. At the start of the call, you've got to say, in case you're wondering, I'm on toilet. Just that's fine. And then if the other person wants to not call you back or not speak to you, then can we have that as an agreement from now on?
If you like, but I wouldn't take this as a compliment. I wouldn't sit on the toilet and talk to anyone else.
Oh, yeah, what a great compliment. I'd do it if it were, one of these cold callers who's trying to sell you shares or get you to sign up for a credit card.
Yeah, and then say, excuse me, just wait a minute while I wipe.
What I'd do then is I'd put the phone on a selfie stick and lower it into the toilet so they got a proper creak and splash.
Isn't it great to have the bum gun back?
Oh, I've missed it. It's great to have the silver bum gun back, known as the Shataff locally, which is very close to where it's situated. But sterling job that does, but I am gutted that I didn't get to feel it with the fresh England cold water. So, sorry, these appealed you?
Yeah.
Just the blender's going on shortly.
I'm struggling.
I thought you might be.
My fingers are in a right old mess.
Bit of a Leo update. I've texted him a few times this afternoon.
Yeah.
Just for a quick catch up, see how he is. We are going to start doing a podcast with him either every couple of weeks or every 3 weeks or so, just a university gloves off honesty podcast if he's up for it. See how he does with that. He's up for it at the minute.
He was extremely chatty yesterday, which was nice.
Oh, was that after?
What?
Did we go out after and do the podcast, or was that before that?
No, we chatted to Leo after the podcast.
Ah, so we should mention that then. We did his first Zoom chat with him, family Zoom. And he was really good.
Yeah, he seemed actually really happy to be talking to us, which was
and
nice.
At the end of the call, I asked him to rate the call, and he said, oh no, I think it went really well. Because that's what life's all about these days. Everything. When you buy something on Amazon, you've got to rate your service. When you order from Deliveroo, you've got to rate your fish and chips. So I asked him at the end, like a professional marketer, how would you rate today's call? 1 being awful, 10 being fantastic. And he said it was a good call. He didn't give it a number.
No. Yeah, no, he told us some funny stories.
Told us some clubbing stories. He told us about how the fire alarm had gone off at what time?
4 a.m.
At 4 a.m. and loads of people came out with sleepover dates holding their knickers.
Yes.
Which for parents is a lovely scene.
Yeah, well, he said there was those that had a date over for the night.
Yeah.
Trying to get their clothes on. Then there was the ones that had just got ready to go out for the night at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then there were ones like him who didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
And had been woken up. But yeah, so that was quite a funny little story. And
but on the whole, he's got a bit of a cold at the minute, but it was lovely to speak to him. How did you feel? Because this is your big...
Oh, no, I enjoyed it, and I felt like he didn't actually mind it too much. I think the only point where he rolled his eyes was when I said, do your hair again before.
Because he's still got bright orange hair. Yeah,
That was the only point, but other than that...
Well, I asked him to show us around the room, and he did almost like a Ted Rogers 3-2-1. If you're old enough to remember the 3-2-1 thing Ted Rogers used to do, he did that with his phone, where he just went...
Yeah.
But by the time that phone was back, I had already seen the big piles of clothes all over his floor. So he did the whip and went, yeah, it's tidy, innit? Like that. Sorry, I'm just going to bang this oven again. I think I need to put this some garlic bread in. Yeah, so that was nice. Now I've realised a little psychological thing I'm doing, which I didn't realise I was doing. Because obviously men have a different way of showing that they miss you, you know, men to men relationships.
Right.
I'm not expecting him to say he's missing me. And I wouldn't be missing me if I had got girls staying every night carrying the knickers out when fire alarm went off. Yeah?
Yeah.
But, sorry, just got to put some bread in. It's supposed to be ciabatta this, but we're going cheap. Sorry about the noise. Oh, sizzling already and I even put a bloody thing in.
I'm going to give up.
Needs to get down a little
I
bit.
think you're going to have some skin on.
Don't matter, I suppose it won't be worse than it will. That's the peppers going in the blender. There's some vegan cream cheese going in. Miso paste, lemon, chili flakes. This is the cream cheese opening. Yeah, so I've realised, like, your way of showing him that you're missing him is to perhaps over mum it. You know, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. Inadvertently, probably making him want to hang up quicker.
Yeah.
But you were good at it last night. My thing that I'm doing, you know, because
you're trying to appeal to his level.
What I'm doing is sending him pictures of the food every day. So I'm sending him pictures of, I've just sent him a picture of the peppers, and I'm like, roasted pepper linguine tonight, and he's like, oh, that's one of my favourites.
Aww.
And you know, in my head, I'm wanting to type, well, why don't you move home then, you idiot? Come and cook and come and have food with us. But, and I think I might have inspired him, because off the back of it, that noise is not Laura. She makes that noise.
Again, you wish.
That's Charlie having a little drink. Yeah. So, I've sent it, you know, like, I want him, because he's cooked a lot of these recipes that we're cooking. So I want him to see what we're having, see we're continuing it. And I kinda, don't judge me for this, I want him to feel a bit homesick. Is that wrong?
Oh, of course we want...
I don't want him to feel bad with it. I don't want him to be like crying into his pillow.
This is what I wanted all along, was I'm really excited for him and I want him to love it. I don't want him to be... have that homesickness where he's desperate to come back, or you know, he's crying every night or anything like that. I don't want that, but I want him to feel like, you know what, my parents, they're not that bad, I actually miss them.
I'd like that as well.
And like, I want him to look forward to speaking to us and look forward to coming to see us and that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, and by the way, I've spoken to him more already this last week than I thought I'd speak to him until Christmas.
Yeah, he messages you more than me, but I think...
Well, you've got a bit of a thing going on, haven't you? Because even yesterday about the Zoom, you were like, can you message him and see if he wants to Zoom?
No, because I think...
Does he respond to me?
Yeah, I think because when he thinks if he's going to message me, he's going to get, like, I don't know, mum stuff. But generally, I haven't given that to him. He messaged me the other day to ask me about washing.
Yeah. So he's messaging you about mechanical things.
I'm useful for some stuff, yeah. And he's sending honey pictures.
Yeah, we're not
like
getting... I did ask him for pictures. And I'm not bothered what he sends.
Oh, I'm not. I've had a few messages from people today, which has been nice. Lots of people have...
So many people asked about him and sent you the love from work today. A lot of people who know that we've been away asked me how it went.
No, a lot of people saying that they're actually feeling quite homesick themselves, and they've said, you know, they're dreading that day, and
a lot of people following the story. Right, I'm just about to, have I put everything in? I've got to put the miso paste in. So I'm just about to blend this sauce now for the pasta, which is roasted red peppers with the skin off. How much of this am I putting in? Oh, nutritional yeast. What do we use there? Marmite?
We usually use Marmite.
Chuck a bit of Marmite in. Okay. I think I'm going to have to measure this because I'm too scared just to guess it. The miso paste.
Do you want a would you rather while you...
If you want. Oh, I'll tell you what I talked about in the car with Honey. Yesterday's conversation about the percentage of bad boy.
Yeah.
And we were having a good old laugh about that coming back. And she's in agreement with you with how bad I am. Now, for your own daughter to say that about you is a little worrying. And I'm like, I'm not, Honey, I'm a boring guy. I don't do much these days. She went, but you have got a bit of an edge. What do you think of that? You have got a bit of an edge. Cheeky
Again,
little sod.
Take that as a compliment.
Well, at my age, and with the lack of edge I've got, I'm blunt as an old pair of spoons. I am going to take it as a compliment, to be honest. But yeah, we had that conversation. This stuff looks horrible. I'll do. Yeah, so go on then. So yeah, I think you and her can probably have a good old chin wag about percentage of bad boys. You can run through some of your exes and give them ratings like a top trumps.
We've already had a similar discussion.
Have you?
Not about you, just about when guys are too nice, that it puts you off them a little bit.
Be honest, compared to all your exes, am I close to the right percentage of bad boy and nice guy? Why laughing? I'm not answering this in reverse, by the way, so don't even ask.
It's funny, at first I was like, oh my gosh, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong.
With me?
Yeah.
Bad boy doesn't have to mean wrong.
No, I don't mean wrong, like, but you know, I was like, the promises I was made.
Yeah, I kept a couple of them over that holiday. Okay, so you have successfully dodged that question, well done. Are you going to do a would you rather before we get off?
Go on then, a quick one. Would you rather a dinner date or a movie date?
Dinner date.
Oh, that surprises me.
As much as I do want to go and see James Bond as soon as possible.
Yeah.
A dinner date, because I can go to cinema on my own. When you come to cinema, I genuinely don't care if you're there, because you don't pick the food I want. I have to share it with you. And you basically, this is not just you, this is anybody I go to cinema
I've always
with.
thought the cinema is such a boring date for people to go on, because you don't speak to each other for 2.5 hours.
I'm happy about the COVID thing, so people have to sit 2 chairs away.
Yeah.
My friend Tomo used to say this. We used to go to media previews of films, so there'd be nobody in cinema apart from people from newspapers, radio, etc. We'd go and sit in there, and Tomo would sit 4 seats away. And I said, why are you sitting that far away? And he goes, you know, when you come around to my house, do I sit next to you on settee? And I'm like, that's a good point.
Yeah.
You don't sit that close. I mean, me and you do.
Yeah, no.
But with the dinner...
Well, I'm not a massive fan, as you know, of the cinema.
Yeah, I do know.
I know. I just would rather be sat comfortable at home with my drinks and my own chocolate.
Oh, God. I don't mind watching films at home. I want to see the James Bond on the big screen because it's the last Daniel Craig one, you know.
But it's like, for me, it's like sitting on an aeroplane seat.
Yeah, I get it.
So I just, I
mean, I'm at that age where I don't mind paying for the better seats. You know, that wouldn't matter to me when I was younger.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. Dinner date.
The dinner date, food, bonus. I know you get cinema food, but food's the bonus. But getting to sit and have a chat as well, getting to do we love people watching, don't we?
And you've got to look at each other.
Yeah. You can do that thing with your foot underneath.
Yeah.
Boot each other.
A bit of footsie.
That's what it's called, the footsie index. So I'm in agreement. I think we'll leave it there today because I'm just about to start blending. In fact, I'll do a bit of blending to end it after your goodbye, so you get to hear it. This is blending me sauce. I'll put a link to the photograph of this food.
Lucky listeners.
In my Instagram, and I might post a photograph of our situation where you're sat in a big comfy armchair like a little old lady.
But for the whole time I've just done the hard part of peeling
As if.
the peppers.
So, thanks for listening. I think we've survived first day back, which we were both dreading.
I am shattered. I can't
And now-
believe one of us has to go back out again.
We have to repeat this until Christmas. Daily till Christmas.
Yeah.
I'll
Fun
go back-
times.
Just so you know, I'm doing the 6:45 p.m. drive.
Oh, what do you want?
Nothing. To get away from me. See you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Here comes the blender.
The end.